Okay, we're working on a 2014 Mercedes Sprinter 2500. We're about to start the inspection process. This client is actually purchasing this vehicle from another area. He's not able to physically see the car himself, so I'm going to be doing the inspection. We're going to look over, do a road test, a mechanical check, also undercarriage check, suspension, tires, brakes, and an electrical check. So we're going to get started. Okay, we're working on the Sprinter. We're taking a look at the 2-hour inspection. Right now we're in the inside of the car. Want to start it. First thing I notice is that it says that the service is overdue by 1,700 miles. Alright, there's a small cover missing for an extra button. It's just a cover, but it is missing. What else did we notice? There's a clip, the clipboard. This is supposed to be for to hold papers. Put the clip here. That's broken. The cup holder is supposed to ratchet in and out to hold your cup. So if we decide to put our water here, it should tighten up and hold, but it doesn't. It'll just fall over. Alright, so I guess you could put it there. Test the glove box. Glove box opens, closes, locks. Parking brake. Put in drive. Parking brake is holding. In reverse, holds. Okay, we have another compartment here. Seems to be working. Dome light works. Both seat belts we tested, they're both functioning. They lock. Interior looks pretty clean. Yeah, pretty normal wear and tear. It has 31,000 miles, very low miles. Alright, the interior does look pretty clean. Radio is functioning. Doesn't sound like any of the speakers are broken or damaged. We'll take a look in the back here. Floor looks pretty decent. The wheel wells are banged up a little bit on the left side. Some internal damage from it being used as a cargo van. Overall, it looks pretty good. There's a few missing covers for the electrical system, but not a big deal. Everything else seems to be connected over here. Wiring's working fine there. Alright, I got a dome light that's okay, so there's a little bit of an electrical problem here because I wiggle this and the light comes on and off. I guess the wire shorted somewhere. It came apart on the actual from the dome light itself. A little bit of damage on the panel, internal panel for the door. I'm not sure if any of the damage protrudes the body to the outside. I'd have to look from the outside when we get back out. We're gonna go on a quick road test and see how everything feels. Okay, we tested the AC. It is blowing pretty cold. Fan speeds are working. Recirculate, it's working. Okay. Alright, so we're going on the road test. So far it feels pretty good. The wipers are wiping, no problem. There was a little bit of streaking in the beginning, but it seems okay now. The truck's a little bumpy, but it's probably because it's empty. And it has the 2500 suspension in it, so with an empty van you're going to feel a little bit more bouncy. I hear the turbo coming on. It sounds like that's working fine. It has power. You hear a little bit of noise in the rear or in the back of the car, but it sounds like it might be normal. It's probably because the van's empty and it's echoing. You can pause it.
No.
Alright, so we're taking it down the highway. It's raining pretty bad over here, but taking it down the highway. It has plenty of power. The vehicle accelerates when you ask it to. Engine feels very healthy. Tires seem to be grabbing the road pretty well. It's not slipping, even though it does have plenty of power to do so. I'm going to take it on one quick ride just to get up to speed and make sure there's no vibrations, and then we'll head back to the shop and do the electrical inspection and the underbody inspection. Okay, so we went over the bridge. We got it up to about 75. I didn't feel any vibrations. I think the truck only goes up to about 82 miles an hour, and then the governor will kick in. It won't let you go any faster anyways. So it feels solid. No lights came on the dash. Temperature control seems to be fine. And again, I didn't feel any vibrations. Playing around with the radio. Radio's working properly. I tested the volume before. It does have a media section probably to put the SD card in. I don't know if it has an auxiliary anywhere. The phone also looks like it has Bluetooth and it seems to be ready to work. I haven't tested it. It does not have navigation. I'm not sure if they advertise it as it does, but it does not have navigation according to the cluster. Alright, at highway speeds, I let go of the steering wheel and the vehicle does go to the right a bit. We're coming to a stop right now because of traffic, but I let go of the steering wheel and it does want to go to the right. It could be tire pressure, or it could be an alignment, it could be you know, some other issue, tire wear, but it has a slight pull going to the right. Okay. Go. Alright, so completing the road test now. Everything feels pretty good on the car. It feels very solid. The suspension handles well. Aside from that slight pull, which I don't think is a major deal, it might be just tire pressure. It feels solid. The vehicle does feel solid. It feels good. I would buy it based on that alone. I also realized it does have power windows, and we tested that. Everything's working on that end. So I'm going to bring it into the shop. We're going to do a visual inspection of the exterior, also a mechanical check and an electrical check. So we have the hood open. He has a 4-cylinder in here. I do not see any signs of leaks. Washer tank is holding. Brake lines are okay. There's no indication of a front end crash on the support, at least here. Looks like it's pretty solid. Okay, this is the other side of the engine. The turbo looks okay. Everything looks very clean, which I would expect for a 30,000 mile car. Looks original, looks OEM. Diesel exhaust fluid. The coolant kind of looks green, which usually means it's been replaced. Actually, no. When I look into it, it looks more blue, which is the OEM fluid, so that looks okay. I do notice that the reed valve, which is just a drain valve in the air filter housing, is clogged at the bottom. So what we'll do is try to clear the hole. It's better just to remove this completely. Alright. So I removed this valve. This valve gets clogged. Cleared it out. We'll just clean it really fast to prevent water from going in here later, because the rainwater can come in, go through this filter. I don't know if it happened already, and then it can go into the glove box area and into the car. So here, Jose, just grab this. We're gonna clean that out in the sink. Yeah, so that's just a preventative for, you know, whether you buy the car or not, at least the next person won't have that problem. Okay, the lights are all working. I do notice that there's some tape around the corner here of the light. I can't really make out whether it's cracked or not, but it does look like there might be a crack. It's very hard to tell because they have the tape over it. Yeah, I can't really tell. It feels, the tape is definitely cracking. I think it might be covering. I don't see why else they'd have tape over it, unless if it was cracking or there was a crack to the lens. It's hard to tell without peeling that off, but the headlight may be cracked on that side. Grille looks good, looks brand new. You know, there's again some tape on this side. I mean, you might want to have them, ask them to peel that off before you buy it and take some pictures and prove that that's not cracked on both sides. It might just be some tape that someone put over there to protect it, but it's hard to tell whether it's cracked or not. The body looks like it's in really good shape. There's a couple little dimples over here. That's gonna happen from the inside. Yeah, I could see a few more on the side here. You can see the reflection of it right there. See the reflection, it changes and there's like a few dimples. That's gonna happen in a cargo van. There's another one down here. It's raised because people put things on the inside. And once you put things on the inside, they hit the inside of the vehicle and the dents protrude onto the outside. So it's good to have those panels or the covers in them. Interior is a little beat up, but again, nothing a couple of panels can't solve. Overall, the body looks like it's in really good shape. I don't see any rust. I don't see any signs of rust. Taillights. Taillight has a crack right here, small crack. Water's probably going to start entering. There's another crack down here, and one more. Oh, that one's actually not going through, but you do have one at the bottom here and one over here on the side. Water gets in here and it'll start corroding. It happened to our van. This side, just a little scuff, but nothing cracked. On this side, doesn't feel like it. No, this side looks pretty good. Your marker lenses are okay. Marker lens okay over here. It's hard to tell, but the third brake light looks alright as well. Tires have ample tread. This is the left rear tire. Right rear tire is just the same. Right front tire, plenty of meat. And left rear tire, right rear tire the same. It has valve stems, metal, which probably means it has tire pressure monitor system in it. The sliding door opens very smooth, like glass. It's floating. We have some problems with our door on our van, so I noticed that that's in great shape there. Doesn't really look like too many things were spilled on the interior. A couple of stains expected. And we're running the diagnostic test now, which is why the wire is connected to it. And see, the door's opening. Door opens, no problem. Interior looks pretty good. Everything looks good under there. Let's see if it has the toolkit. Can you grab a flat screwdriver? We'll open up the toolkit. Window switches work. Windows are going up and down. Alright. So the toolkit's in it. Yeah. toolkit's in there, lug wrench, bottle jack, all your parts are there. Overall, as I said before, the van's in really good shape. A couple of things like the tail lights, headlights are questionable. I'm going to check the brakes and the undercarriage while one of the other guys is connecting the computer and checking to see what kind of codes we have. Okay, now we're running the computer diagnostic portion of the test and the inspection, and the computer is going to do its thing. It's going to connect to all the control modules in the car, and it's going to tell us if there's any old codes, new codes, current codes, and once we have all that data, we'll just show you all the information. So we're pretty much going to do a quick test and run the tests. So steering lock system, engine module, transmission module, still running the test. Okay, so this is the rearward view. This is the transmission and drive shaft. Everything looks good. This is your diesel particulate filter and flex pipe coming down on the 642 engine, which is the 6-cylinder. Normally happens whenever this happens, it usually will crack on a 642 on the flex pipe here, but this one I'm not sure if it's going to do the same thing, but it is not cracked. There is no problems with the diesel particulate filter or flex pipe at this time. I also looked at the front of the engine area, underpan, the underpanel, the underpan for the oil pan. Everything is dry. I do not see any leaks. There isn't any signs of oil. Transmission looks good. Again, no leaks. Mount feels solid. Well, not solid, it feels like it has the right necessary play. I thought there was a little bit of a fuel leak. Smelled a little fuel when I slid under, but I think what that is just some overspill going down the filler neck and dripping out the side. So it's a false alarm. Okay, for some strange reason, I had an internal, or there was a odd fault for, it said unknown fault type in the engine control module. And whenever I click on the engine control module to enter it, it gives us a glitch. And it tells us that there's an error, it cannot communicate. No matter what I do, it tells me to check these things. So it is possible it could be an engine control unit, it could be a power supply, or engine CAN bus problem. CAN bus is usually the network, communication data lines. So that's possible because we did see another code in the instrument cluster. If we go here, saying that the engine bus has a CAN bus fault. So it's possible there could be a CAN problem with the car. It is driving fine. There isn't a check engine light. There isn't any issues with that. There may be nothing, but I have to at least disclose that I'm having an issue getting into the module. It could also be a glitch in our software, but unfortunately there's no other way to check that. You may be able to, if you decide to purchase it, I would definitely put a clause in there telling them that you might have to go to the dealer to have them check just to see if the engine module is okay with another software version, something newer. And if it doesn't come up as a problem, then you're good. If it does come up as a problem, then it'd have to be fixed. But it's odd because the unknown fault type is a general code, and it will let me erase the code because it was stored, but for some reason I cannot get in. I was able to get in under the wrong engine, but it tells me that there's a problem. In other words, I'm in the wrong control module. So it should be automatically picking this information up and getting right into it. So it's noteworthy prior to purchase at minimum. So this concludes the inspection, electrical inspection of the vehicle. We did do the, we did mention that the, where was it? There was a fuel fuel code. Where is it? Fuel pressure circuit is low. As I go into that code, it tells me, where are we? Current fault code. So it is current. It is just recognizing that there's a problem right now. When I use the actual values to check the how much pressure is coming through the fuel, it does come up as 4.5 bar, which is okay, and saying that that's fine. So it does say that that's fine. So it's telling me to check the power supply of the fuel pressure sensor, which is working. It may be a problem with the fuel pressure, the fuel control module. But there's a few other tests that need to be completed to diagnose, go through the tree, and figure out if they're problems or if they're not a problem. It may be a problem with the wiring as well. So these are the two noteworthy things that I did notice electrically going on with the vehicle. The car doesn't look like it was in any accidents. It doesn't look like any foul play. It could just be a computer glitch. So, you know, we can discuss it further over the phone. So that completes this this inspection, and we're going to gather this YouTube video together and send it over to the client. Alright guys, so we're finishing up on this 2014 Sprinter 2500 van. The customer came to us because they wanted to do an inspection, a pre-purchase inspection. They're buying this vehicle, they're out of town, and they hired us to check it out. So we are doing a 2-hour inspection. This is the conclusion of it. The computer diagnostic test is running behind me. We've already done the road test. We've already done a visual inspection of the underbody, the physical body. We've looked at the tires, the brakes, everything that's possibly something that we would check before you buy a car. So overall, my assessment of the vehicle is it is in very good shape. It only has about 32,000 miles, so I would expect that much. It's a 4-cylinder, clean, no oil leaks. The suspension feels tight, tires are brand new, brakes look pretty good. The doors open smoothly. There's a couple of minor dings and dents from the inside protruding out, but I would say that's good. It's got the newer style radio. I mean, overall the van looks like it's in really good shape. If I were purchasing this van and this was what I needed, I would probably go ahead and go forward with it as long as the price was right. So if you guys are looking to purchase a Mercedes, a BMW, or a Sprinter, whatever you might be looking to purchase, we can do pre-purchase inspections, or we can also inspect the vehicle after you purchased it if you wanted to. We can do either a 1 hour or we can do a 2 hour. It depends on what you're looking for. The 1 hour is more either electrical or mechanical. The 2 hour is electrical and mechanical as well as a road test. We also can go out to the dealership and do a mobile inspection. It's not as detailed because obviously we can't get the vehicle up in the air. We can't, we're working in the elements, so it's not as detailed, but we can give you as much information as we can possibly gather. So if you're looking to buy a new car or a used car, give us a buzz. You can call us at 732-455-2369 or go to the website www.choosenomad.com.